Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful night down here in Fincastle, Virginia, the one and only Klean Studios. My name, of course, is Eric Reynolds, the one and only host of the one and only Biscuits and Gravy podcast. The best thing to happen to Roanoke Music since the guitar. Say it right now. And boy, do I have something special for you tonight. I always do. I always deliver. I've told you this before. And I'm delivering you something else tonight, something brand spanking new. A little bit of funk. I think we all need a little bit more funk in our lives. Let's be honest. And I brought some gentlemen here tonight that are going to funk you up. This is Mountain Walrus. They are our guests for tonight. Also joining us is Jason from the City Salt. But this is Ponder. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've put the kids to bed before putting on this podcast because it's going to be explicit. Just throwing that out there as if you already didn't know. I don't know. Which camera do I look at, Will? Where are you at? Which one? Excellent. This is, of course, the Biscuits and Gravy podcast. I already told you, but I'm Eric Reynolds. I like saying it, just in case you didn't know. To my left here this time is Brighton Douglas. Brighton.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel, son?
Feeling good, man. Felt sad to not be up there for the intro, but I love the first song, so I got to sit back and enjoy Ponder. So
Fresh haircut?
Yes, sir. Had to put a hat on, though. I came straight from the haircut.
Before we get into this, I just want to let everybody know, it's a funny story about Brighton Douglas. He used to, if he didn't want to do something and you asked him, instead of saying, oh, my mom said I couldn't or this or that, he would say, I have a haircut appointment, actually.
It's a great excuse.
And then he would show up the next day, hair not cut. No apologies necessary.
Just know that it
but
wasn't
just
going to
know
happen.
that's the kind of co-host that we got here for you tonight.
It's true.
But joining me on both couches in this phenomenal U-shaped Socratic seminar setup here, we have Mountain Walrus joining us here tonight. Make some crowd noise for him, Ron. Woo! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Sometimes it takes a second to wake up the studio crowd. But,
Ron's not getting paid today.
They're here. Yeah, Ron's check's getting lost in the mail. But no, we've got Mountain Walrus with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
Self-described Southern fried funk band joining us down in Klean Studios. And started the night off with Ponder, a single off of the upcoming album. And I'm not going to lie, guys, with 5 of you on the couch, I'm going to use my cheat sheet here because I have terrible memory. But we've got Foster on lead vocals and guitar over here. We've got Ben on the keyboard over here. We've got Mason on the drums right here. We've got Daniel on the bass right here. And we've got Ryan playing that wonderful sax right there in the corner. Make a little bit of noise for the band.
Yes, sir.
Sounded incredible. I wasn't lying at the top of the episode. I love a little bit of funk. I think it's missing in the Roanoke Valley. And I gotta say, listen to your guys' stuff. I really love what you guys are doing. So talk to me a little bit about Ponder.
Ponder, it was kind of the first song that I came to with Mason. It was me, Mason, and Ben. And I had that song, and I had a bunch of other songs in the back of my mind. But this is a song that just came because we wanted to have a funk band, but, it's just kind of hard to find your sound and find your identity right off the rip. So this is a song I wrote it at the beach. I was on vacation. It was a snapshot of my life at the time. I just read this John Prine article about, these scientists nitpicking, every single thing, about the Bible and the spirit world and all this stuff. And he was kind of like, maybe just leave all that stuff alone. Just worry about the tangible stuff in life. And I thought it was a great quote, so just kind of ran with it. Yeah. And just took a snapshot of my life at the time and came back to Mason with it and was like, this is what I got. Let's go from here. And it's the first single we released. And it's the least funkiest song on the album, really. But it is.
We were trying to find our sound at that time.
Yeah, we were trying to find our sound. Yeah. And it's really, it kind of sticks out to me a little bit of like the style. Because again, once we added Ryan and Daniel and stuff and really got together, then we kind of honed in what we sounded like. Yeah. So really, Ponder's not really what we sound like a lot, but we love the song so much that we just couldn't let it go. Yeah,
I think it's an awesome song. Sometimes it's okay not to know. It's okay to just ponder.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that sentiment. I think that's great. And I think it's cool, too, that it's like that was your first song and it was not funky, but you guys got together as a funk band. Yeah. And that was kind of like that first step.
Yeah, it was just kind of like the first one, it's like, here's what we got, we'll go from here kind of thing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I gave it like a funky, like, it's got a reggae vibe, which is like where I came from.
Hell yeah.
So we were like going to make a funk band, and I was like, well, he's got this song, and it's like badass, and when I'm hearing him, it's like, it's reggae.
So it's reggae. I need to put a little reggae on it.
I make it as funky reggae as it is, because it's no reggae beat in it, but it's got the reggae feel to it if you think about it like that.
It's got a
Interesting.
It's got a cool kind of like dancey feel to it. It reminded me a little bit of like Blues Traveler stuff, kind of almost.
I like that.
It's jammable, dude. I played it a couple times. Like I just really enjoy it. And like I said, I really enjoy that sentiment of not wanting to know so bad, not wanting to be like, oh, well, I know everything, just thinking about it.
Yeah,
sometimes
thinking about it for a minute.
it's the best thing, like thinking itself.
Talking about
is-
it. And,
It resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's nice to Google stuff and have information at the tip of your fingers. It's also nice to think about stuff because what you read on the internet, somebody's opinion isn't necessarily that.
That's it. That's it.
Absolutely.
So sometimes thinking about it will get you a lot further than just looking it up right away or asking somebody, talking about it, pondering it.
Yeah.
Sure.
You never know.
So this kind of was the catalyst for bringing the band together. This song Ponder. Talk to me about like where did the idea to put a funk band together? Like I think that there's a vacuum in Roanoke for like good funk funk sound. I feel like there's not as much of it as there could be. So like where did that idea start?
Well, it came really from what I listened to. Really, mostly I've listened to the Grateful Dead my entire life. So if I know it inside and out, I've played it for my entire life, or since I was 12. But I listen to funk music more than anything outside of like Grateful Dead or Widespread Panic. So like, as I've played longer and as I've just done more, I've tried to go more towards funk. The problem was to find the players that wanted to play like that.
Yeah.
Because funk music, a lot of it's kind of sparse. Like if you listen to like Turquoise, like there's 9 people in that band, but sometimes like in Leica, there's only 3 people playing.
Mm.
There's 9 people there, but only 3 people are playing at that point. So like at some points in it. So to play like the music we wanted to play, it's to get all the people together that understood that was really tough to find for me because the other bands I'm in are more rock and roll and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't really just change. So also we're a funk band.
Yeah.
It was something that I had to start from scratch. And also I had a bunch of songs that I was writing that didn't fit anywhere that I had to put a band together for.
That you had stuff that was like, this doesn't have a place.
This doesn't have a home right yet because, I want it to sound a certain way.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the other bands I'm in are 2 guitar bands.
Right.
And, that's not really the sound I was going for in some of the stuff I was writing.
Right.
So that's when Mount Walrus came about.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to get something that funky.
We need a little bit of funk.
Hey, we've been dancing around each other for years.
Yeah.
Like, in the scene,
Nice.
especially Ben and Foster and myself. We've been in different bands for the past 20 years. So we made this one be something different.
Right.
Like, this is a band who's never really been a band with each other before. So that's something special in the scene itself.
Absolutely.
When you look at it, it's like most of us just play with each other.
Right.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
You guys been together. No, but like the music scene is, we talk about Roanoke being a small city, a small scene. Like everybody knows each other, and a lot of people been in bands together.
We've been doing this for a long
and
time.
even I'll find out like, oh shit, like those guys were in a band together. Holy shit, like it's crazy how that stuff evolves. But I like that it was a project with like funk in mind.
Yeah,
Because again, I just think that it's
it's what we need around here.
it's what we need. We're a very rock and country heavy.
Ripe Job's also
Area.
a good band in
Yeah,
this area. That's
yeah,
a good
George
funk
band.
band.
Who was that? Say that again.
Shout out
Ripe
George
Job.
Penn.
Right. Okay. I need to check them out.
Yeah, Brock,
Yeah.
George Penn, they're just great
Yeah,
players.
Brock
Gotcha.
will be special guest at our album release
Hell yeah.
October
Very cool.
25th at
But
5 Points.
their funk's
Hell
different
yeah.
than ours,
Yes,
but it's still
it's funk.
they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
It's
And
some funk.
also another band is Music Rocco. They're more got the Latin stuff,
Yeah.
but as far as like funk and like dance music, those guys are.
If you're trying to
incredible.
boogie, you go see them.
They're
Hell
probably my favorite local band, Music Roco.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
They are so good.
Shout them out. Will, if we could get some Instagram handles on the screen.
All the
They're
Allen
bad
boys,
to the bone.
all the Allen boys,
Hell yeah.
especially the young one,
Yeah.
Neo.
Yeah, they
So,
got
excellent.
it's a lot of fan there's like a father and a son that are in it, and it's just and there's another
father son. Yeah,
and it's
they're more reggae. They got the
it's-
reggae feel.
It's not like we're doing something like we're the only funk band, but when you say there was a void of it and a vacuum of it, there's not really much funk music in Roanoke. It's a lot of rock and roll.
So let's rock heavy.
Yeah, and it's rock heavy.
A lot of solo artists too. Just
a lot of solo.
Yeah.
So it's something different, and we're excited about it. I'm excited about it. It's definitely something that we take pride in.
Yeah, that was kind of one of my big questions for everybody was, is funk making a comeback? Because I think sometimes people think of funk as something that's like retro. Of course, we know that music never goes away. It's just it doesn't play on the radio. But I think funk and maybe like the funk influence seems like it's more prevalent now, like the kind of the bounce and the bass. And even the brass too, even that sound coming in. I feel like it's making more of a comeback. So I wanted to ask you guys if you thought that funk's come back. Is funk back?
Ask him.
Is funk back?
He's the one with the horn in his hand.
The horniest guy here.
I agree. It feels like it's back.
Dude, headlights.
I think it's a moment for funk. I mean, we had Colby T. Helms on early in the season, and I talked about bluegrass kind of coming to the front of country music, but I think funk is coming to the front of pop music. I think that sound is great because people like to fucking dance, especially post COVID. No restrictions. People want to get out and they want to dance. They want to groove, and this music is really made for dancing and grooving. So I wonder if you guys would really touch on real quick for the uninitiated, kind of what makes funk. What about you guys' music makes it funk?
What makes it funk is really it starts with those two, the bread and butter.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go. And honestly, the rhythm section, man.
The bass.
Yeah, Foster will
Yep.
bring an idea. He'll know what key we're gonna go in. He'll know what the riffs are gonna be. But when he brings it to practice, it's raw, just him. And I pick up on what he does. I write my own little thing, lay down something funky, lock in with him, and honestly, from there, it does the work for us.
Yeah.
Really.
That's kind of the start of a good funk
Absolutely.
song.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Hell yeah,
Drums and bass all the way.
that's the heartbeat. The heartbeat of any
Absolutely.
song.
Well, it's really, I mean, except for like acoustic indie stuff, really drums and bass. Period is the heartbeat of anything that makes you want to tap your feet or wiggle your toes, whatever it is you want to do. But yeah, man, it's something that I really enjoy being a part of. That aspect of this music is
hell yeah,
being responsible for them feet moving.
for that feet start to go. Yeah,
That's
you
right.
can kind of watch it like as the crowd starts to like
Yeah, absolutely.
slowly it's infectious too. Like you see other people moving, you're like and we talk a lot about like vibrations and like the kind of how the vibration of music has its own effect, and like the bass and the drums especially are like that's where those big vibrations
absolutely.
are coming from.
It's what you feel in your chest.
And that's when you crank up some good funk music, if you've got good speakers, like that bass is what's like, you're like, oh shit, it's like you get that like stank face, you're like, oh fuck, like he's slapping that, It's that's what I love about funk is the bass,
Man. Yeah. And also, I mean, I'm a big fan of horns. Can't play any horns. I'm not a horn.
Yes.
I play a few different instruments. I'm not a horn guy, but I love a good sax, especially. And honestly, I'd love to get a horn section
yes,
behind him.
I think
The horn section, man, gets me
That'd be
going.
cool.
it's something that music misses is the horn section. Like
Absolutely.
like bands used to travel around with like fucking 15 or 20 people and just have like we got like a 6-piece horn over here. Like we use them on like 4 songs. They're all high as shit on cocaine, just doing their damn thing. Like fucking like Boston, dude. Like those guys were just. No, but talk to me a little bit about the horn. Talk to me kind of how the horn
Yeah, I
plays
wanna
into
dive
into
into
funk.
his,
Yes,
yeah.
because I love brass. Like I really wish I could play instruments, I'm very not musically inclined, but sax is probably where I would start.
That's where I started. In funk, it's like it's kind of the middle point between the rhythm and the melody. Whether it's just me or whether I'm in a section. Usually we're the melody. But there's a lot of times, like especially in a lot of our music, where I'll sync up with either what Daniel's doing or what Foster's doing, or maybe a little bit in between both. It's kind of like the glue.
Yeah, I think it's cool that like the brass has that like you can kind of like unstick yourself from where you're at and just kind of like just like kind of play off a little bit, like
Yeah, you can play behind
play
the
off of
singer
the vibe.
or
Play
play off just what the
yeah,
drum's
and just
doing.
kind of just play, and it's it's fun because it's like you're almost just dancing around, being like, oh, like where am I gonna show up next?
Exactly.
it's
very fluid.
It's
Keep 'em
playful.
guessing.
Yeah. It's
Fluid,
like
man.
the jazz element to it. Almost.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
It could go anywhere, any direction, at any time.
How long have you been playing?
I've played saxophone for a little over 25 years.
Damn.
That's as long as you've been alive.
That is facts. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been performing live since learning you've been alive, dude.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. How long did it? You talked about the
And we're not
process.
even
I
that
want to go
old,
into that
man.
too.
I'm only
Let's get
37.
into that.
How long did it take to get to Mountain Walrus? Like we talked about forming the band and the idea. How long did it take to get to Mountain Walrus? We are ready to start getting into it. I've got this song Ponder. What is the timeline there? Like I know you talked about it, but like real length of time.
I mean, this is not to over exaggerate. It's been my whole playing career getting to this point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All my skill sets.
Yeah.
All my connections, all of my experience, everything.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because I'm not like, and that's one thing I want to bounce back off is like one thing about the songwriting thing, having somebody like a horn player, is having the music smarts too. Typically, when you have a horn player, because I'm not professionally trained or
Right.
anything. This cat right here, he can help you. Most horn players I've played with.
Yeah.
But most of them are music smart, music savvy. And if you listen to our music, you can hear his influence because they're way more musical than I am.
Yeah.
And they can come up with stuff that like makes sense and it's just a different approach to it.
Yeah.
But the process being as long as it. I mean, sorry, I keep forgetting to talk in this. I'm sorry. It's been. I mean, all of it has come to this point. Even just having the knowledge of like playing funk music is sparse. Like it's taken me my whole career to sit up there and play three notes. Typically, I'd be playing all six and shit out on my guitar. Because that's what you want to do. That's what your emotions want to do. But that's not what the song needs.
Right.
The song needs you to play those three notes right there every time for everybody else. Have his back and have his back and have his back. That's what funk music is. Together, the ensemble of it all creates the tune. Where like in rock and roll, Led Zeppelin, it's just like a lot of, there's a lot of tone there. There's a lot of that stuff. And we have that too. But the dynamic of it all coming together, that's what's taken so long for me to get to.
Right? Yeah.
Is and also too, another thing nice about where we're at in the 20-year journey that I've been on is having the reputation and the experience and the connections locally to be able to have the opportunities to do some stuff and showcase it a little quicker than most bands would.
Nice.
Because we're getting ready to sell out our home venue as an original band. We're playing 20 original tunes.
That's
that's amazing.
Pretty much unheard of.
So
in the Roanoke Valley.
We get to experience those things.
Year and a half we've been together.
Yeah, that's next level.
And it's so
it's accelerated.
Yeah. So it's taken a long time. I wasn't doing this stuff 15 years ago.
Yeah,
because I didn't have the focus and the experience, and I was a drunk for 20 years too. So I'm 3 years sober. Being sober has helped me play funk music too.
Congrats.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Nice.
No booze or cocaine. I had a problem with both of them.
Yeah.
And
I made jokes about both already on this.
Oh, dude,
episode.
it's all good, bro. I still joke about it. It's something.
Man.
Hey, I miss it, but it's just not for me.
Right.
I do my own thing. I got I got cannabis. That's all I need.
We're
Cannabis.
proud of you, man. You came a
California
long
shit.
way since where he was.
It's been weird.
That's why I never played music with him, because he was a drunk.
That was a drunk.
Oh wow.
And now that when he got sober and he got straight and he started funking it up,
That was
I was
it
like,
right there.
let's roll.
Yeah.
Here
That's
we
it.
are.
And
Proud of you, bro.
And bouncing off to what we're talking about, the rhythm section and songwriting too. a lot of the difference of what's making it funk for me is being able to start the writing process with a drum and bass and not starting with a guitar.
Right.
Because I've been writing with an acoustic guitar since I was 12, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, I have plenty of product that it started with just a guitar and a notebook and a cup of coffee, but that always gets me a similar product. Right. When I started figuring out if I want to be funky, I have to start with the meat and taters. I have to start with a drum beat. And I don't ever tell them what to play, but it has an idea. I have the clay is almost formed, and then run it past those two, and then these guys embellish it.
So
That's
He just gives me a basic idea, and I run
yeah,
with
it's
it.
a basic idea.
All right, I'll do what I do to that. You know,
That's what I love about both drum and bass, though, is that you it's like you can get from someone that writes songs, you can get like an idea of like, hey, I kind of need it to sound a little bit like this, and then you can take that and run with it.
well, he's the baby of the band, so we're trying to take him under our wing and
Get him in there.
Yeah,
Show him the ropes a little bit.
he's a funky mofo.
That's
He's a funky
it.
mofo.
How
No
is
doubt
he the
about it.
baby of the band? How is he the baby of the
He's
band?
the youngest of us
young
all,
guy?
so
Okay,
he's
young guy.
a young guy. So
The
he's
youngin'.
hey,
The youngin'.
you don't see a lot of them come around. So when a drummer like me gets a good bass player under
That's
his
it.
wing, it's
You
like,
kinda get him
like
under
you're
your
with-
wing.
snagging him
with
in, dude.
Get him under your wing. No, good bass players, they are hard to come by because there's a lot of them that just play bass, But for funk, you can't hide. There's no hiding. It's you're the whole
I think a
sound.
little bit of an advantage for me too is I originally started on 6 string.
Yeah.
I started as a guitar player, and I had the opportunity to join a bass player in another band before I got together with these guys, and that really kind of started my walk in the professional bass world. But
Yeah.
the freedom I get and the growth that I've had just being able to be with these guys and do what they allow me to do, dude. It's
Yeah.
made me grow so much as a musician,
Hell yeah.
and specifically as a bass player.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's cool. I mean, like you said, you kind of bring them under your wing and just roll
Like I
with
said, man, it's nice and cozy in here. I'm
it.
staying.
That's it.
This thing happened for a reason. It's because everybody's ready, everybody's focused.
Yeah.
We've been working with Jason, City Song. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody's been so supportive. I mean, 5 Points is letting us have our own headlining show.
Yeah. Shout out 5 Points. I mean, you would talk about Roanoke Music.
That's right.
The 25th. Okay,
October
cool.
25th.
Cool.
October
Nice.
25th.
4 days. 4 days.
Get your tickets pre-bought because that motherfucker's gonna be packed, and it's gonna be a good ass time with some good ass fun.
We got
music.
Isaac Haddon. You know who Isaac Haddon is?
Mm-mm.
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, you should know who Isaac Haddon is.
I should.
Yeah.
He's from Blacksburg-ish, but he lives in, unfortunately, he was in Asheville. And they got completely pummeled by the storm. But
Yeah, terrible.
he is a good friend of mine and really a mentor. He's just a great player. He is playing, and a friend of ours, Brock, from that band Ripe Job that I was talking about, he's also playing with us
Awesome.
on the album release.
Awesome.
Oh wow.
Putting together the super group for the album release. Hell yeah. It's gonna be unmissable. Yeah. Do you guys have a name out yet or no? Do you have is there a name for the album or is that are
It's
you
just
waiting?
self-titled.
Self-titled.
album, yeah.
Okay. Mount Walrus. Love it.
Less is more, I think, yeah. We're already recording. We're already halfway done with our second album.
Fuck yeah.
So.
No shit. Okay, you're ready to roll.
Oh, we've already.
We got enough
we're-
written for a
we're-
third too.
We're working.
You guys are
we're,
rolling, dude.
we're writing our third album.
Awesome.
As we speak.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
one of those things where like every time you get together, it's just like you can't help but like make more music.
Well, I like since I sobered up, I just what I do. I don't do anything else. I don't have any other hobbies.
Yeah, music is where you get your buzz.
Every moment
Yeah.
that I have isn't scrolling on my phone. It isn't watching TV. It isn't doing any of that shit.
Yeah.
It's writing music, coming up with content, playing, writing.
Yeah.
I write and write and write and don't use hardly any of it, but the 2 or 3% that I get
That's
is,
it, yeah.
is just what I live off of, really. It's just keep writing every day.
Hell yeah.
Sheesh.
And
Hell
I
yeah.
come up with good stuff, and I weed out a lot of the crap. Like, I'll get to it, I think it's so awesome. I'll
Yeah.
go back and revisit it and be like, that's terrible. I don't like that.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, that's actually fucking great. Let's keep that.
That's how we have to do everything.
This is shitty. You guys are like, wait, give me a second. Let me take this and let me play with it for 5 minutes.
Well, also too, like you're talking about being a funk band, like we have a couple ballads. We're actually gonna have a ballad for each album, and the reason I didn't want ballads at the beginning, I was like, this is a funk band. We already have Ponder. That's different enough.
Yeah.
But Ben heard one of my songs, Fade, that's going to be on the second album. And I was no intentions of playing it. I was just messing around at practice. And he was like, what's that? Play the rest of it. Play the rest of it. He's like, well, where's that song come from? And I was like, well, I wasn't really trying to bring another ballad. It's now on that second album.
He just loved it.
Yeah, so we just keep, trying to stay on the funk train, but sometimes you just gotta have some diverse stuff on there. So we try to
mix it up. I like it.
Like a ballad.
It's nice in a live application too.
Yeah,
keep everybody up for a good while, and then bring them
like,
down for just a few minutes, and then just smack them in the teeth with something super funky right after.
That's it. I think. I mean, if you got the keys, you should do a ballad. I think it's like you've got that depth of sound, and the horn as well.
On some stuff and just makes it so.
Both really like emotional instruments, I think, that kind of tug on those like those emotions. And I wondered, I feel like we haven't talked about the keys hardly at all. I wonder if you'd talk about the keys. Let's give him a mic.
I'm Ben and I play the keys. I'll say something about funk that I was thinking. I think you've already touched on it a lot, but my instinct would be to just play as many notes as possible all the time.
Yeah.
And I still do that a lot. But what I'm learning to do is treat solos as almost like not a solo, kind of like just a part of the rhythm. Like play cool little sparse sounds that just sort of build this concise little danceable feeling.
Yeah.
And that's my goal. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's what sounded better.
Yeah.
Oh, don't play 1,000 notes. It's like in that movie Amadeus about Mozart, and the king or somebody's like, too many notes. And that's my problem. I need to learn. But I'm trying.
Incredible. Actually, we talked about that movie in our first episode. It's funny.
Oh yeah, we did. Because I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Amadeus.
No, I was like, who was that?
Yeah. Mozart just farts the whole time. Just rips ass whole movie.
I also have that in common with him.
But no, is that a jazz thing? Do you think like the sparsity, or is that like where does that come from?
I think I played like with so many random bands, and it was like a lot of just jamming, and it was great. But I just learned to like fill any space I could, whether it needed it or not, and took a lot of. It's still. I'm not even there, but at least my mind is there. My attitude that I need to try. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Dragging him in.
I'm only vaguely. I'm like vaguely aware of how jazz works, just enough to like cause trouble. But yeah, that's an influence.
Hell yeah.
Latin and reggae.
A little bit. I feel like funk's just a little bit of everything, dude. I feel like it's got so many. Funk bleeds into so many things, so many things kind of bleed into funk. It's like a symbiosis. But I wondered because we talked kind of about you guys are have each had your own careers and been in several bands. I wonder if everybody would talk about real quick the first band they were in. Just drop the name and just a quick memory about your first band that you played in. And we'll go around the room. Whoever wants to start. All right, what was your first band?
I don't remember the name of it, but it started. I was about 15 years old, and it started. There was this older cat that actually lived out this way. He lived down Route 11.
Hell yeah!
Instead of out this way, he was down Route 11 a good ways, and he had this house on top of a mountain, and he had this big empty basement, and had a bunch of gear in it. And honestly, it kind of accidentally started. We were all up there partying one night, and we just kind of all realized, me and my buddy Zach were there, and we had been playing music together. And then we just happened to realize, like, oh, these dudes are chill and play the same shit we do, and they all play opposite instruments. But it was It's actually really heavy. It was a lot of
Yeah.
Slipknot,
Fuck
Sevenfold,
Hell
stuff
yeah.
like that. You know, my roots are in Southern rock and blues.
Yeah.
In my teenage years, it very easily transitioned into heavier music for me.
It seems to a lot. It seems to a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, and I don't play it. And, I
Yeah.
mean, there's not really a scene for it around here.
Yeah.
I still love listening to it. I put it on in the truck all the time.
Hell yeah.
You know, doing stuff around the house. Just depends on what the mood is. But no, it was literally just a bunch of drunk teenagers making a bunch of heavy sounds, man.
That's good fucking
Yeah.
music.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
That's good
absolutely.
music. Hell yeah. All right. Let's see. First band you were ever in.
First band I was ever in did not have a name. It was me and my brother, who's a drummer.
Yeah.
Growing up, we had this garage, and we would just play what we thought was really good versions of like Black Sabbath,
Yeah.
and Pantera, and Metallica, and,
It's
and,
loud.
like whatever. Yeah, whatever dumb little buddies we could get of ours from school to come jam with us.
Yeah.
And we would play till the cops showed up, and then that was it.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
It was a great learning experience. Got a lot of practice in.
Yeah. So is your brother older or are you older? Who got who into
I'm
music?
older.
So you got him into music?
Yeah. Well, I guess we kind of got into music at the same time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I also play guitar. I wasn't playing.
You weren't saxing it up.
No.
It was guitar.
Wasn't
stuff
playing
first.
sax on Metallica.
So when did you make the jump into sax?
I actually started playing saxophone first, and then when I was like 14, I started teaching myself guitar.
Hell yeah.
No. Almost.
I'm just gonna throw this
But,
out there. Pantera with a saxophone on it would be
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
fucking
that would
interesting.
that
be pretty hip.
hard. That would be pretty hard. You should show up to their show at Lane Stadium, see if they need a sax
That's
guy.
right. That's right.
They're opening for Metallica. That's going to be a fucking
we
incredible
threw that
show.
guy out of here.
I got my tickets.
Oh, no shit. Okay, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm still in the first band.
This is your
that I
first
was in.
band.
No, the Mad Iguanas is my first band.
Mad
We-
Iguanas. Hell
we,
yeah.
we still play. So
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Shout them out.
Hey,
Yep.
that's
Mad
a
Iguanas.
hard task.
That is. How
Yeah,
long
especially
have y'all been together?
16 years.
Damn. Yeah,
Wow.
that's much long. That is longer than the fucking Beatles stayed together.
Yeah. So, and my brother's in the band too, which is a whole new,
Nice.
to have to deal with your brother on that. We've had many arguments and
sure that's been
fuck
fun.
yous
Those are
and-
deep. Those are deep. You know.
But you know what? I learned, if there's anything I know, it's proper band etiquette and how
Yeah.
not to piss people off and not to, sometimes when you get a bunch of alpha males together,
That is
a bunch of
musicians
dicks
are
swinging
A-type
around.
guys,
it's-
yeah.
Sometimes
Big
the dicks
swinging
touch,
dicks, man. As my
and
dad likes to
The
say.
bully.
sometimes
The
they
bully's
touch.
coming out.
Sometimes they touch, man. Sometimes you gotta knock horns.
Sometimes you just kind of walk away and know that the bigger thing is just to keep playing. But yeah, so I'm still in my first band.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah. Shout out to
You're
Mad
lucky.
Iguanas.
That's an accomplishment, man.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, we're still going.
There's
dude.
not a lot of people get to say that.
What do the Mad Iguanas play?
Well, you started out playing just like Grateful Dead. But we have like 30 original songs,
Fuck yeah.
so it's
Nice.
a whole lifetime of songs for me from when I was 14, 15 years old. It's the
Yeah.
first like ditties and some little songs I've written there that are in those songs. So it's a whole lifetime of stuff for me.
Dude.
And my brother also writes, but we play a lot of Widespread Panic more than. It's probably what we play the most
Hell yeah.
outside of our original music.
Nice.
It's deeply rooted in the blues.
Yeah, deep blues
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, it's deep.
That Widespread Panic stuff is very.
It's
blues.
easy to play the blues, and we were not a good band. Dude. We were
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. Well, yeah, the
We
blues
were
you could just
bad.
kind of.
now they spank it.
Yeah, now,
They're no
now,
joke.
now we're pretty good because Henry and
Henry's no
Brian,
joke.
they're all good. But dude, we were bad back in the day.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, I was just
Gotta
getting
start
drunk.
somewhere.
We were
That's
kids
what
having
somewhere.
fun,
You got to
know?
be somewhere
Hey,
first.
We all thought we were something when we were
Well,
drunk.
That's exactly
Stupid.
right. And you were, because you were there.
And everybody else was drunk and
Some-
stupid, so nobody cared.
That's
It's
it.
like, here we are.
People
Well,
say
that's
best
half the
lick they
battle,
ever
yeah.
played, was alone, drunk as shit,
That's
know.
right,
And
that's
I
right.
never played anything that good again. Like, you were as good as you thought you were,
Yep.
Last but not least,
Is this thing on?
It's on.
So I was in college in Fredericksburg, senior year, turned 21, and I was doing open mics, and I joined this band, kind of bluesy. They were called Ask Fred. Around the same time, I tried out for another local band there that was like blowing up locally, called McLaws Drive. It was named after a street that went through a battlefield park. McLaws was like a Southern general. I
Hell yeah.
Anyway, so they were kind of blowing up. Joined that band, and Danny McBride was friends with half the people in the band before he was famous. I remember driving around in a van. Sometimes we go to shows, and he's in the van, like, filming us. Being like, hey, what are you doing? So that was kind of weird.
That's cool as shit.
And then there's actually a song, a McClaw's Drive song on the Righteous Gemstones season 1 or 2. One, like, he's on a jet ski. Danny rides on a jet ski, and they play like a half a minute of one of the songs. I was like,
oh, that's cool.
No way, dude.
I don't even think I'm on that recording because I joined the band after they'd recorded that.
After they recorded that song. But still, that's fucking cool as shit.
That's cool, though. You were part of it.
That's deep as fuck. So it was Fredericksburg battlefield that the McClaw's Drive is on.
Yeah, it's like in Spotsylvania County, just outside of Fredericksburg.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. Shout out to Civil War. I had a heavy
way
Civil
down,
War face.
And then way back up.
What?
I'm in the middle of a really heavy Civil War phase. I'm not gonna lie.
You need to check out
Ron. Hit that.
Spotsylvania.
I have not been to Fredericksburg battlefield. I really want to
go. There's a bunch all around. There's a ton there.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, yeah, you gotta go.
I've been trying to get this guy to go to a reenactment with me, and I don't think he wants to.
I just feel like you're gonna get like really into it and get like that Colonel Sanders accent.
I don't think he would. My southern accent. I was watching that. I did that on the Just Some Random Dude episode.
See?
Yeah, that was. But no, that. Hell yeah. So first bands, guys. Thank you for sharing that with me. That was. I think this is a good time to hit our little break here.
Yes, sir.
Let's play another tune.
Let's get some more music on.
Man,
let's get some more music. Let's hear some more music from these guys.
Illegitimate.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Buckle your fucking seatbelts, because we're about to turn it up. This is Mountain Walrus on Biscuits and Gravy.
What's good, Biscuits and Gravy fans? Want to take a quick minute out of this episode to talk about our good friends at King Screen. Are you a business, event planner, band, or artist looking to get custom t-shirts or other apparel products with your logo on them? Well, King Screen, the 2024 Platinum Award winner for Best Custom Apparel by the Roanoke Magazine, is the place to go to fulfill your needs. Their inclusive pricing, fast turnaround time, free nationwide shipping, and no setup fees are what make them one of the best custom apparel companies on the East Coast. So for all your custom t-shirts or apparel needs, hit up King Screen at kingscreen.com. They'll hook you up. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for a little bit more music from our friends, Mountain Walrus. Now, there aren't many things that I do well, but one of those things is bring you extraordinary unreleased music. It really my passion, my one joy. And tonight, again, I will be delivering some unreleased heat to you. This is a song about something that I know that you've all got tucked away somewhere, you whores. Illegitimate Cash. Illegitimate Cash by Mountain Walrus. Pour yourself a drink and enjoy.
Keep
fire alive. Old lady got the code to the safe. One hour awake, heaven say, they say we'll be alright, but it stinks on ice. What the TV show ain't what it like at home. They say we'll be alright, but it stinks on ice. I got that blue cheese cheddar, homie, what could be better? Illegitimate cash, just enough for groceries and gas. Illegitimate cash, you can't put it in the bank, cause that money stank. Get a little money on the side, he's out here trying to survive. When the man comes around with this hand sticking out, it's hard to cut him off a little slice. Illegitimate cash, give me a fighting chance. With our faces and waves sucked up and put away, keep it middle class with illegitimate cash. Suckers up, tucked away from the man. Fold them suckers up, fold them suckers up, fold them suckers up, tucked away from the man. Fold them suckers up, fold them suckers up, fold them suckers up, tucked away from the man. Fold them suckers up, fold them suckers up, fold them suckers up, tucked away from the man. My grandpappy at the end of his life, he at the ripe old age of 95. He was a peanut farmer under southern skies. He went to town twice a year for coffee, sugar, and spice. He put me out in the field when I was 12 years old. Learned to work a tractor and a front end load. Was Evan Williams Green, puffing 6 strings, out with the boys tight, trying to make a scene. He said there ain't much a difference between now and then. Well, the pushing a pencil or a plow across the land. To instant satisfaction, only turn on joy. He's for lame excuses and a lot of quitting, you boy. Went out on my own, built $1 million homes. Worked my fat fingers right down to the bone. The eyes are chugging along, trying not to get things done. Got just enough dough to need that lazy bone. I was just a young pup making excuses, looking for my way out. It's a hard job, but someone's gotta do it. You can get nothing done if you put your mind to it. You said ain't much a difference between now and then, whether pushing a pencil or a plow across the land. To instant satisfaction or eternal joy. You some lame excuses and a lot of quitting, you been. Pushing a pencil or a plow across the land. To instant satisfaction or eternal joy. You some lame excuses and a lot of quitting, you boy. When you look real deep into my grandpappy's eyes, you can feel them callous burn and them burning eyes. He was a peanut farmer under southern skies. He went to town twice a year for coffee, sugar, and spice. He said there ain't much a difference between now and then, whether pushing a pencil or a plow across the land. To instant satisfaction or eternal joy. You some lame excuses and a lot of quitting, you boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Excuses. And you don't have any. Go find these gentlemen on streaming services and play their music. And go get your tickets to 5 Points Brewing on October 25th for the album release party. They're going to be playing 20 songs for you. So go get your ticket. Don't make any excuses. And we will be right back. Biscuits and Gravy. Bitch!
Gentlemen and ladies. See, I switched it up on you. I am capable of change. No, I'm just kidding. We are back with a little bit more chat with Mountain Walrus. They had 2 excellent songs for us at the break.
Absolutely.
A little bit of Unreleased Heat, which is the bread and butter of Biscuits and Gravy, with Illegitimate Cash.
Crazy.
And then an absolute banger with Excuses.
Excuses is top tier.
Excuses is top tier. Because you know what?
S tier.
Because I hate people that make excuses. And you know who's one person that I know that doesn't make any excuses?
I'm excited to see. Who?
His name echoes through the annals of history.
The what?
The annals of it. Look it up. 2 N's.
I know.
His name echoes through the annals of
matters.
history.
Like a hot dog.
Your
hallway.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
People like Hercules, Alexander, Napoleon, fucking other badass dudes. His name's Ronimus Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
His his impact is greater than any of us could probably ever know. Now, only historians will be able to really truly grasp the scope of his genius.
You gotta read about it.
And today he's bringing us what has become really a fan favorite segment with Gas or Trash. Ron, I'll let you take the reins.
All right, guys. So it's a little thing we do now. Segment called Gas or Trash. It's just to get a feel for you guys, see what you guys are outside of the music, outside of everything. We're just gonna go through a couple of random topics, and we're just gonna talk. Is it gas? Is it trash? See where conversation takes us and such. First, I have on my list here Green Day.
Fuck yeah, gas.
Oh, gas.
Gas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
It's the first thing I ever
I'll
learned.
put the pedal to the metal on that.
Gas.
I don't know about the picture
played
you
Lord
got there.
Bottom
High School.
You know,
Did you know that, Ron?
Oh,
was
Dookie.
that?
Hey, old Dookie's.
Take it back
You
now.
know what I mean?
Take it back.
They played Lord Bottom High School. Lord Bottom High School won a Toys for Tots competition in the 2000s.
Oh,
and Green
I
Day
remember you
played
saying
in
that.
our auditorium.
No way.
No.
Are you serious?
They really haven't?
I wasn't there to see it, but no, my mom was part of like the Toys for Tots thing, and they genuinely came out and played at our auditorium. That was the prize for like the
Winning?
most toys by volume, and like they won in the country, and they got a performance from Green Day.
That's
Shit.
sick.
You hear
Sick
they're
as
they're
fuck.
banned from Vegas now.
What?
That means they're badass.
Oakland
means nice
moved
guys
teams
finish
to Vegas,
last,
and
right?
Billy got pissed.
Hey.
He's like, fuck that
He
town.
said, "Fuck
Wow.
Vegas."
And they're
No,
like,
is that really why?
Nobody will let him stay.
Is that really why?
Yeah, that's
Holy
what I heard.
shit.
'Cause he
That's
was like, fuck
insane.
Vegas.
No, he said, "Fuck Vegas, dude."
Jeez.
Oh,
We stand with Green Day.
Shout out Green Day.
that's good.
Sorry,
Shout
guys.
out Green Day.
All right.
Green Day gas. Dude.
Next on my list here, Family Guy.
Oh, absolute
Oh,
gas.
absolute.
Beyond
Big
gas.
gas on Family
Beyond
Guy.
gas.
Big
Butane.
gas.
I'm a
straight
fan.
fire.
Yeah, I know
They're-
Eric lives and breathes Family Guy.
There's
Family
a
Guy is 75% of my my understanding of the world.
No.
And once you figure that out, it a whole lot of things start to make sense about it.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad way to understand.
Oh, it's a terrible way.
Well,
it's
I
actually,
mean, hey,
it's
hey.
actually one of the worst.
Yeah, well, some would argue. Some would argue otherwise.
Yeah, not clinicians or psychologists.
Or bad puns, right?
there's a scene in one of the Family Guys where Peter's trying to show Meg how to get a boyfriend, and he's like, "Meg, you learn to shave a man's back, you make a purr like a walrus."
That's right. Here we go.
Hey,
There we go.
hey,
Singer.
we're gonna find that clip, and that's
got
going
the
in the
singer.
episode.
I got the clip already loaded, dog.
He's
Fuck
I
yeah!
got that shit already
This was a
down,
setup.
dude.
This was a setup. I
I
guarantee.
love that. I fucking
Did you,
love that, dude. No, we just
questions
love
are
Family
free.
Guy.
A good
absolutely.
Jew,
No,
right?
Every
And
fifth thing we say.
None of you knew these things before.
oh no.
Beforehand.
Yeah, they-
See,
This is all
and he
us,
said
actually,
75%. I'm like 75% Trailer Park Boys, 25%
Trailer
Family
Park
Guys.
Boys also
Nice.
huge
So,
influence.
It's that's my bets, but Family Guy is the 25% for me. I love Family
My
Guy.
dad put that on, and he was like, "I want you to watch this because I knew people like this."
Yeah.
Because he grew up in Southwest Virginia, but I had no concept of like what the fuck Nova Scotia was.
Yeah.
I just thought they were in like fucking Pennsylvania or something. It took me like years to figure out they were in Canada.
Except for the liquor, I'm pretty much turned into Ricky as I get older. Which is
Yeah, you were Ricky.
He's
Now
nailing
you're-
it pretty
you're
well.
sober
Ricky,
Ricky.
yeah.
Ricky's that.
Now-
Ricky's him.
yeah, that's just my favorite.
One of the best characters in all of literature and television.
Yep.
I mean, but yeah, we could talk about them for an hour and a half.
Shout out Family Guy. Next on my list here, these guys right here.
Oh,
Trash.
shit, look at this.
Mountain Walrus.
I love this.
I like the
Personally,
slick
big
motherfucker
gas.
on the left.
We're gonna say
Who's that?
Everybody here looking handsome as fuck.
no. This picture goes very tough. I had to.
Yeah,
throw it in
man.
here.
Cloud Bobby.
We
Shout
like
out to
that.
him for the
Shout out
photos.
to
Gas.
Very nice.
Always.
Very nice. Big gas all around.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yes.
He's a professional for hire.
Most of us have gas.
We all do. Because we're eating good.
Okay, last but not least on my list here, biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that's
Gas.
a hard pass.
Gas.
If you want gas, you pass on the biscuits and gravy. Yo.
It's always gas.
Nah, that's always gas.
It's always the best.
I don't eat red meat or pork, so I'm
I'll
gonna,
eat yours.
You
yeah,
could do biscuits
Wah,
and gravy
wah,
with-
wah.
yeah,
I'll
Oh.
split them with Ryan.
yeah. You can use turkey, but
Love it.
It ain't the same.
It never don't hit the same.
Turkey
That pork.
sausage.
It's not the same. It's close, but it's not.
It's not the same.
Quite the same.
Gotta use
But I
Jimmy
respect.
Dean.
I respect that. I respect that. It's okay. There are other great things you can make with turkey,
Like
like a turducken.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I wanted to do,
turkey.
Shove a couple of fucking other birds.
birds
Yeah,
and
it's
other
like
birds.
put a
The
turkey inside of a
turducken is a
turkey.
crazy concept. I've
Yeah.
never had one, but I've heard of one. I'm
I
like,
couldn't imagine.
That's what happens when you overprescribe prescription pills to a generation, and they come up with
Turducken.
fucking
is that
dumbass
too much
shit
Adderall,
like that.
bro?
How do you
That's
cook?
not Adderall. That's real amphetamines. The shit that they don't prescribe people anymore. If you take enough of those,
Yeah.
trying to prepare. Oh, your mom's trying to get the fucking house ready for fucking Thanksgiving. She's like, you know what? Fuck, let's fucking shove this in this, and that's where that comes from. Everybody's just laced on prescriptions.
That checks out.
It's an epidemic.
That's how I imagine the '70s was.
Quaaludes.
I'd like to imagine that.
Beautiful.
Man,
Well,
I
let's
wish
get
we
back
had
to
a
the
chance to
Reds.
try them
Birds
suckers, man.
inside.
Knock you out.
Damn it. We were a little late on the
It's
Quaaludes.
probably, probably good that we.
I heard they were
didn't.
Yeah, what if we knew about that
I
shit
think-
right now?
I think
we'd have been
Quaaludes,
fucking dead.
no
years ago,
joke.
boys.
Quaaludes and lead paint are a big contributor
yeah.
to the reason that things are the way they are right now.
Oh yeah.
I used to
Quaaludes
chew on
and
the
lead
windowsill
paint.
when I was a kid.
What'd you say? Huff and lead paint?
Yep.
Teeth on the, and it was definitely lead paint.
Oh, it's just
right there.
straight
It was
lead.
just like,
Just straight lead.
I would probably be a fucking
He
genius.
still does that.
Yeah, we all could.
He's like, look what
Can't get him to
happened.
stop. Can't get him to stop.
Yeah. I grew up hard. Almost huffing paint.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, for exposing me to all those carcinogens.
Appreciate y'all
Red
for
40.
Hey, Dad, I'm
Thanks, Ron.
sorry.
Appreciate you.
I
Sorry,
didn't mean I was
Dad.
huffing gas in your
Gas.
garage. You know what I mean?
Gas for
Hey,
lead
sorry,
paint.
buddy.
Ron.
Hey, I
Love you,
appreciate
Pops.
y'all chatting though. For real.
Hey, we appreciate
Thank
you.
you,
We love
man.
you, Ron.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, keep it rolling.
All right.
Those are the parting words from Ronimus Robinson. Ronimus Robinson. Keep it
Thank you,
rolling.
Ron.
Ronimus.
Keep it pushing.
And
Talk,
we will keep it
talk
pushing.
about those tracks real quick. I want to get into the tracks we just heard.
Ask away.
I want to talk about them. Excuses that spoke to me, guys. So somebody to the room. Where did excuses come from? Where did that story come from?
It came from a story. I lost my granddad about a year and a half ago, who I was super close to, and he was a peanut farmer from Iahuskie, North Carolina.
Oh wow.
And he told me that they only went to the store twice a year for coffee and sugar. So it was
So
like,
this was all legitimate. I mean, that
yeah,
was,
and he
that is
thought
crazy.
he thought I was lazy because in his day, you worked, you didn't, there was no excuses that you had to do to work. You had to eat. You had to
Oh wow.
make stuff work. So and he saw me coming up, and he saw that I was just lazy and I was just partying and being a dumbass and stuff. Yeah. So what prompted it was I was in a songwriting group with Matt Mullins, who's out of West Virginia, and they give you a prompt every 2 weeks, and excuses was the prompt. So I thought about my grandfather, who is a huge influence on me, and it was just a good way to immortalize him. I can always have that song.
Yeah.
And my family loves it. They associate with it. So it's
awesome.
just something that I hold near and dear, but it also works for these guys. It's a cool song.
That's
Got
a
a good
dope song, man.
Good groove to it and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was just that one spoke to me specifically. Obviously illegitimate cash dope as well, but I had to get the story behind that because I'm like, man, that sounds so specific. I'm like, that has to be like the real deal.
Well, it's like that. What's that one dude that got all popular? What's that one dude that sang the "Well, the dollar's taxed all to hell"? And what's that?
Oh yeah, Oliver Anthony.
Oliver Anthony.
That's like It's like it's
That's a
like
great impression.
It's like thank you.
Working.
It's like the funk version of
Overtime
that.
hours. Bullshit pay.
That's right, homie G. I'm coming to
He's
stay.
from like Farmville, like down there.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he started at the Whistling Pig down in Farmville.
Oh, cool.
First place he ever played.
So that's our take on his song. I'm just kidding. No,
I was saying, like, I don't know about that, but okay.
no. I'm just kidding.
Sour cover.
I'm just totally kidding.
That's your
No.
story. That's you and your
It's
grandpa's
just about
story.
everybody's got a side hustle these days. Like
Thanks.
the 9 to 5, 2 cars in the driveway and kids' college paid for, shit's gone.
Yeah.
There is no middle class anymore.
Everybody's grinding.
Unless you can get some illegitimate cash, you know?
That's it. That's
You know,
it. Gotcha.
so-
See, that's a
Stay middle class.
segue.
You know?
That's a fucking segue.
Where's it at? Where do you find
I think
it?
he's
Where do you find
This
it at?
guy.
Can we get? Yeah, let's give him the job.
But that's just where it came from. You know, just I thought it was a cool thing to write about. And illegitimate is a fun word to try to properly put into a. I love putting long syllable words and cutting them up like that.
5 syllables in that.
And it's fun to do that. Not many people have illegitimate.
Illegitimate.
So it's fun to tuck those words in cool spots. And
Should have
stuff.
done it about children.
Children.
Illegitimate children.
Chilling.
Well, that's for another segment.
Illegitimate children.
Hey, look at. I do like my favorite thing he says. You can get nothing done if you put your mind to it. That's the biggest excuse
Shit's
that
fucking
everyone.
genius.
That's my life's mantra. Right there.
Woo! Hey, just want to make
You really can.
Just want to make Pappy proud, but
That's it right
Yeah.
there.
making excuses, looking for my way out.
That's exactly it.
Pushing a pencil or a plow.
Or plow.
It's a hard job.
It's the same thing.
Someone's got to do
A plow's
They're
hard.
both hard.
Let's be honest.
A plow's hard.
Illegitimate cash though is one of those songs that I really don't like explain to like my mom and people like that. I'm just like,
Yeah, they know.
Do I really have to explain it to
like,
you?
It's a
Damn it,
hustle
Mom.
and grind to survive.
They're gonna watch this and they're gonna find out.
Yeah.
What it means.
yeah, so we're just gonna have to come up with a loud together right now.
Yeah.
Don't change your story.
Is about,
Hey,
Do a
sorry,
background story.
it's
Yeah.
about just a real. It's about a misunderstanding. You know.
Not other people.
Well, you know what? You know what's funny?
Respect.
Until I looked into when I listened to the recording the first time, if you told somebody and you put the title as illegitimate cat, you would totally be able to sneak it in there. Because it kind of sounds like I'm saying that because I don't pronunciate the S really. So illegitimate
There's
cat.
your lie. Just roll with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's actually
I
cat.
tell you, the
Illegitimate
most
cat.
illegitimate
Yeah,
cat,
cat.
is Garfield.
Yes, he is.
Wake your
illegitimate.
punk ass up, you fat piece of shit.
You keep making
Fucking
excuses.
excuses.
Quit making excuses, you fat orange piece of fuck.
What if the cats that were eaten were illegal?
Illegitimate cats. That's what we're trying to say.
Now we're speaking.
Wait a minute.
Now we're
Wait.
coming flames.
But the ducks, it's like how how do you say?
Oh,
That's a luxury.
How do you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get you a duck.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
land
true,
of plenty.
the Shanghai and Salem. I was a carpenter for my whole life until I was able to play music for a living. And we were building one day up in South Salem, and we drove down to the Shanghai, which is now Tacos Rojas. And we used to start work early, so we'd go to lunch around 11. They weren't quite open, so we parked in the back, and we were just kind of waiting for them to open. And this dude did not see us. And he was this Chinese guy, and he took a tarp and took all this cabbage and laid it out on the tarp and then put a tarp over it and got in his car and ran over the cabbage for the egg rolls. And we all were just watching. And I was like, I tell you what, I'm not fucking eating here. And he's like, I'm not either.
That's a genius. And I'd go
That's
to that
still
restaurant,
it.
but I wouldn't eat.
I was like, I was sitting there watching, like, I'm
What
not
else
eating
you
here.
But I
Dude.
wouldn't eat the cabbage.
You know what's crazy though is it was still banging too. I
know
hate
it's
to say
probably
it.
still
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
I don't think
That's
Totally
the problem
delicious.
with that.
Yeah,
shit.
but I just would know. I'd be up there looking for rubber and rocks and shit. I'm like, oh.
See, yeah,
Fucking pebble.
That's what I
Is there
want.
tire
though.
wire in my
I'm
Sometimes-
just trying to find something in it. I'm like, no.
Sometimes I want a little bit of nastiness in my food. Like
tar pain
during
hurting you.
COVID, that's what I was looking
I was
for.
like, what?
I wanted somewhere that motherfuckers were not wearing masks, Like
Oh, yeah.
a
Rebels.
beard hair, it does not.
they never
ruin a
wore a
meal for
mask.
me, Like I just know
How do you
that
know
that's
it's
a
a beard
real
hair,
motherfucker
though?
back there cooking that.
Yeah, well,
It
there's
could be
definitely some
abused.
places in Roanoke that will definitely appease you for that.
Gotcha. I know that. I know that too.
Yep.
Texas
For
Tavern.
all
that's
your-
one that you.
Texas Tavern Roanoke Classic.
That's is a Roanoke classic.
Cheesy West.
Classic. If you're sober enough at Texas Tavern to critique it, then you have come.
You
at
have
the
done
wrong
wrong.
time.
Yeah,
Or you're
You
there for
weren't, you
breakfast.
weren't at Martin's all night,
Or
right?
just-
Or you're there for
you might as well just go to Sheets.
Or
Do they still have the cigarette machine in there?
I don't think so.
I don't
It's
think
been
so.
a long time since
God, they need to bring those back.
a lost art.
Cigarette machines. I guess
Should
they need to move them to
save
the
my ass.
outdoors.
That's a lot of quarters though
Like,
for a
give
pack
me
of
like
cigarettes
a-
now.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Give me a
if
stand-
they had
well,
a credit
just
card
go
machine
do
on
the
it, it'd
tap,
be all
Yeah,
right.
you can do the tap with the
Oh
phone.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Fucking tap with the phone. Give me a soft pack of Marlboro Reds at the bar. That's just the right time.
Yeah, that soft pack that
It
you
could be fucking
destroy before you even
$12.
get out of the parking lot.
Just give it to me. It's like the one ring. I'm like, and then I give them all away to beautiful women.
They try to give you a
Nah,
dollar.
I'll be honest.
although-
It's people like, hey man, I'm just trying to get a bowl with.
Hey man.
I'm just trying to get some Texas Tavern.
Hey man. That's how it is downtown Roanoke, for real.
You hand them a
I
soft
just got
pack
out of the
Marlboro
hospital.
Reds, they're going to turn around and say, nah, man, I don't want a soft pack. Nah, I don't know how to open that. Get one out of it.
No, that's it.
My buddy Nick, he lives in Harrisonburg. He had a friend move to San Francisco, a tattoo artist, and he was like, dude, he's like, I love San Francisco, but he's like, there's nothing like Texas Tavern anywhere around here.
Yeah.
So he took one of the long shipments and shipped him a bowl and a burger in the mail.
No way.
He said it was so nasty. How
you ship Texas Tavern?
Shipped to Texas
My
Tavern.
question is, did he fucking
Can you
eat
imagine
it?
getting a bowl with in the fucking
In San Francisco,
mail?
like 2 weeks later,
I just
all
robbed.
it's nasty and shit.
You making up
Oh
shit
my
now.
I
god.
thought that was a good Texas Tavern story.
Oh,
The guy's
God.
loading that box. He's like, is that
Yep.
fucking chili?
I thought it was a great joke. Like, oh, you want Texas Tavern so bad? All
Dude,
right.
that's amazing.
You want to hear that shit is, dude?
So if you know anybody that lives far away, mail them a cheesy western with a bowl with. That shit was,
That is
that's
so
a great
fucking-
joke. And it's
We
cheap.
should
It's
mail
a cheap
Steffi
joke.
fucking
Mail
Texas
Steffi
Tavern.
Texas Tavern, because he'll hear this.
It costs more
before
in
he hears
shipping.
it.
Yeah.
It's more in shipping than it is in chili.
I think you got like a 2-hour window on Texas.
I wonder where they scoop
If
that
that,
water
dude.
out of. Like out of like the underwater river that goes underneath.
Yeah, right out of the
I've been
Roanoke
down there. I've
River,
been under
yeah.
there.
It's got like
Yeah.
it's got a well down.
Roanoke
the-
made.
There's fish
That's
down
right.
there, big fish. I've seen fish.
The biggest.
Ben's been swimming in the
three-eyed
sewer.
ones,
He's been
dude,
swimming in the
like
sewer
fucking
downtown.
Springfield, dude. That's it.
I've been under there.
Don't eat anything out of the Roanoke River.
I went down like by Norfolk Southern. You go and there's like the creek. That's,
Yeah.
it's like the L.A. River. Like,
Yeah.
with the
With the big tall sides.
Ben's
then
our
you go
outdoors
up
guy.
Creek and you go under. And I went down there with a headlamp.
Fuck me,
and
dude.
I went like far.
You're the only person I know that
I
would do
would think
that.
I was under the Hotel Roanoke at one point.
Yeah.
I hooked a right.
That's
It
fucking
gets deep.
insane.
Was this just a side
No,
mission?
that's
What were you
fucking
doing?
insane. Wait,
I
what
know,
the
man.
fuck?
Man needed
I
to
was
swim
like
with the
19
rats.
at the time. It was a different.
Yeah,
era.
you were just like, let's
It's a
go.
different era.
Let's go.
I
I want to
saw
see
fish.
if there's any like
Hey,
you know
what was to the
more
left?
people
Is it
down
technically
there.
the Roanoke River?
Were the crab people down
it's
there?
it's like
It's like a
Lick
creek,
Run.
I guess.
Lick Run's coming from up north, and then another creek that comes from like under the western part of downtown. Like part of it goes under. It's now called Ponce de Leon.
Okay, now we're
They
getting
just
real.
did the
I
research.
don't wanna
It's
go.
probably
Under
Mason
there,
Creek.
and they, all the newspaper people,
It is.
Roanoke Times people would go to
Right,
this
another
basement
guy.
bar. But now the Ponce de Leon, it's called that's what it's called. The apartments. But if you go down under there in the back, there's a creek winding through, and then it goes underground again.
What the?
So these two, that creek.
You
and then
walked
Lick
in
Run-
there?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, I went way back in there.
No
Why?
wonder
Oh, yeah,
your
it
guts are
goes- it
fucked
gets
up all the
deep,
time.
man. Waist deep.
No, yeah, you're
What?
like
What?
You've been
Yeah, it
wrapped
gets
in
deeper.
sewage. No
So
wonder
you're like a
where
fuck.
you are.
You're an explorer.
It was weird.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So
fucking
weird.
awesome.
They
Holy
call it
shit.
urban spelunking.
I would not drink that.
Yeah,
water.
that's have you seen like the people that live under like Vegas and the fucking like catacombs and shit, like
Yes,
the
I
mole
did.
people?
Ben was down
That
there.
was-
He's seen it.
Yeah.
I saw all of those people.
That's insane. Yeah, he's like,
They
I
all
am
traveled
one.
the underground
I
road
am
out
one.
here.
He is one.
I am a son of the mole people.
That's how he plays
You
the
could survive
keyboards.
down
with.
there though. You could fish.
They call me
Ben's down
light
there
dweller.
noodling downtown catfish.
The one
Yeah,
who
catfish.
escaped.
They could do Naked and Afraid down there.
Naked and afraid in the
Holy
fucking
shit.
catacombs.
No chance in hell.
caught a fish.
No chance.
Oh,
I bet
Fuck,
you
dude,
did.
that scared the shit out of me. All right. Yeah, dude. Like, oh, this is Rebecca. She's a tax accountant from Poughkeepsie, and she's on Naked and Afraid. She's like, yeah, well, I just really wanted to come down here, and it's fucking eaten by a crocodile. Has no business being there.
Half of them would do like Trank or something.
It's
Oh,
on
wow.
fucking.
I couldn't deal with the hunger, so like I fucking found some drugs.
That's it. That's how you do it.
Some spice.
Oh, I was a
Oh,
little
God,
hungry, but I
that's
just
why.
kind of leaned
I don't
into
know what
it,
the hell
know?
you were on. I ain't been on anything
And the
like that.
spiders. I was like, I just grab one of these spiders and I'll eat that. There's so many of them. The fucking sewer people. If you're listening, kids, don't go in the fucking sewers.
Sushi.
Don't huff
it's a
paint.
different time. Now people's shit much more toxic because of whatever the fuck McDonald's puts in those burgers.
Don't forget
So I'd
Texas
stay
Tavern.
out of there because there's estrogen in the water too, and it's making the frogs. It's making the frogs bisexual or
Frogs have tits.
transsexual or quadriplegic or I
Making
don't,
the frog.
I'm confused. I don't know which Alex Jones video I watched,
Not
but
the frog.
they all have to be right, I think.
Yeah, I heard all that.
They're all right. No, but stay out of the fucking sewer, seriously.
They're eating the frogs.
They're eating the frogs are dirty. Or the Family Guy episode where they all lick the frogs. Classic.
Oh yeah,
Sounds
Toad.
more like my
Toad.
speed.
Doing
Doing
Toad.
Toad,
Yeah,
Doing Toad.
I'll lick a toad any
Yeah,
day of the
basically
week.
DMT.
Hey, would you lick a
That's
toad?
DMT,
Hey,
yeah.
would you lick a toad? Would any of y'all lick a toad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably.
Absolutely.
Just to
I
see,
bring me a
just
toad right
don't
just
know
to
if I'd
see.
lick the toad, but I might smoke the toad venom like those people do. But
Oh,
I'd
is
have
that,
to
is
be
that
like,
something that's for real?
Oh yeah, they like so they get.
How
the
does one
toad
smoke venom?
And they like spook him out a little bit, and
Is it like
instead of
pee?
like pissing, he like shoots this venom out of these like glands in his back, and they like catch it on like a fucking like plate basically, and it hardens, and they scrape it up and I'm holding the mic down here, and they fucking smoke it out of this weird little. I saw it on the.
Hey,
You ever watch that thing on?
would you
like,
do it?
Viceland?
Hey, Daniel,
Hamilton?
would you do it?
Oh, I 100% lick a toad.
Would you do it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, in the presence of a
I don't know if
shaman,
I'd
yeah.
lick the toad.
What about
Only in the
smoking
presence
the
of a
toad
shaman.
juice?
Yeah.
I think I'd lick it
That's what
before I'd,
makes it okay.
I'd smoke the toad
Before you
juice.
I think I would
Juice.
lick it and
Lick it
smoke
before
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
you're
just
there.
all
You might
in.
as well do a little bit of both.
You're
just
all
to find
in.
out.
I ain't scared
No
of it.
questions asked.
Brian
You're
will
in.
live 40
I'm
years
in,
of a
baby.
gay British man named Gregory's life. He'll come back and he's like, "Oh, Felipe! Oh, holy shit! Who am I?"
It's only been 30 seconds. And you're like,
Yeah, he's just like, "What the fuck? What the
He's like,
fuck?
it's been 5 hours of my
Live
life.
3 other
Oh,
lifetimes in
My
30
love
seconds.
for Felipe, where is he?" You know, like, where the fuck do you think you are?
have y'all anybody smoked salvia before?
Never.
Yeah,
never.
of course.
That
Yes.
shit will send people on a fucking.
Man.
I thought
Oh,
I'd been gone
Longest
for like
20
20
minutes
years.
of my
I was like,
life.
I came back. I was like, oh. I started to come to. I was like, oh, I speak English. These are people. I'm on Earth. I was like, holy shit, it's amazing. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
gone forever. It
Yeah.
was so crazy.
That is wild.
I can't remember anything now that happened. But
Right, but it was just like at the
when I
time
came
you were
back
like,
to whatever I'd been.
Are you talking about DMT or something?
It's a P. It's PG. It's PG.
didn't do that to
it's
me.
PG DMT.
Salvia
Yeah.
did something
It's-
similar
it's
to
weird.
me. It was
Yeah,
the longest
no,
15, 20
I don't know if
minutes of my
DMT
life.
is
I
like
felt
a-
like I
The guy
lived
that's like,
100 years and 20
Yeah.
minutes.
he's
Yeah.
like, this is driving on salvia, and he takes like a big ass hit, and he holds it
Dude.
for like 30 seconds, and he's like, I held that in for
Was he
way
driving?
too long, and
Was he
then he does
driving?
not start the car.
Oh my god! If I imagine getting in a car driving,
he
hitting that
exhales, and then
salvia
he's
for the
like,
first time,
and he's just like,
You should
It's
not drive on salvia.
I was about to say, I was like, what was the thought
shouldn't hit
process?
DMT and do it
and he's just
either.
like,
Foster. It's PG. It's very PG.
Oh, I've done it before. It just didn't do all that to
Well,
me.
you got the concentration where it's like.
Oh, okay. I didn't do
Yeah,
that.
but
No,
it's
I,
still that
I
might
just
be
smoked
PG
it when it
13.
was just
Man,
like
it felt like I
DMT.
folded into the couch and then I into myself.
Mm-hmm.
you were just out. You were just
Damn.
It's too much.
Physical weird. I was gone.
Where did you get this? And how much is it?
This was like 20 some years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like when you could go like Sherry's place and get this stuff. It was like just like a little bitty little container like that, like a little like wax cartridge. It's like just one little sprinkle in your bowl and you get with a
Tastes
torch.
Well, I had
And it. Well,
That's probably why.
I did a bunch of it
That's
too.
probably
but it was really fucking stupid. But
See, the thing is, if you let go, if it's enough, you can't even fight it.
no, it's gone.
You're like,
It's
I-
just,
that's when you have the crazy experience.
I saw
not
somebody
saying I recommend
rip
it.
their clothes off and say, "There's needles poking me."
oh, see, that would be, that would freak me the
Those
fuck
people didn't have
out.
enough. Trust me, if you have enough, you can't speak or move. You're
Yeah, you
I,
just
when I
fucking
first
universe.
did it, I was like,
Oh shit!
"Oh, it sucked me in like that."
Oh,
It's like,
man.
holy
don't do
shit.
drugs, kids.
Yeah,
was gonna
don't.
say.
I
Yeah.
don't. I've never
You've already
tried
been huffing
it.
leaded paint.
I don't
so.
know if I want to, because I feel like my second life would be very weird.
We didn't know this was biscuits and drug
I might be on a salvia
etiquette, is
trip
it?
right now.
No, it's biscuits and whatever.
You're
the
not
fuck.
really
Biscuits and
here.
dose gravy.
Biscuits and
wake up.
benzodiazepine.
There you
No,
go.
that's not us. That's not our speed. That's not our speed.
Biscuits and
Knuckleheadness. That's us.
biscuits and beers. What do you think, bro?
I'm ready to play another song. If you guys are ready to hear one more, I mean, what do you guys think?
It's about that time. You think?
Foster, what do you
Good
think?
with
Let's do
me.
it.
We got one more joint to go.
I will ask you guys a closing question.
Please.
Just we kind of ask everybody, especially I mean, you guys have all had respective careers with bands and stuff. So where's your favorite place that you've played in your career and why?
There's been quite a few.
Mm.
I don't know, man.
Give me one or two. Give me just the
I like
golden.
to play anywhere there's an audience that wants to see me perform.
Fuck yeah, that's a good answer.
An audience that wants to
I've played
engage.
a lot of nice venues.
Yeah.
I've been up and down the regional scene, and I've traveled maybe a little further than some of these guys. But just to perform in front of our fans and our families and the people that care about us the most, and they're just like, you guys are wiping the floor with it, and we're like, thank you. Finally.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's taken us 20 years to get this far, so
That's
here
it.
we are.
It's part of the journey.
But hey, I played at nice places, Ramcat, Windjammer, and down in Isle of Palms.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've had some bigger places up and down the coast, but it means more to you when people that care about what you're doing.
Yeah. Fuck
It
yeah.
really does.
Fuck yeah. Same answer here, or what do you got?
Yeah. Nah, I 100% agree with him. People engaging and caring about what you're doing, especially being original artists, that means way more. I know people say this, but way more than what people realize it does. But as far as coolest for me, I would have to go ahead and say some of these guys already hit this milestone, but Floyd Fest this past year, or this year,
Nice.
was my first time playing at Floyd
Yeah.
Fest, and that was an unreal
It's a
feeling.
beautiful
Hell
place.
Yeah,
Hell
it's and the new spot is absolutely gorgeous,
that's
man.
what I've heard from
Lots of
everybody.
different cool. We played VIP stage, which was great. But honestly, we played Canopy Grove stage first. It was on Saturday. We played Canopy Grove, and I absolutely loved
Hell yeah.
being on the Canopy Grove
Yeah.
stage, man. You're tucked in the middle. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You're tucked in the middle of the trees, and it's just
It's a cool
the vibe
stage.
is perfect. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
I got to steal Mason's answer.
That's it.
I don't think I have a favorite place. It's just like you said. It's like
When people are
when the vibe
engaged.
is right. Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Hell yeah.
Mine's 5 points because I was kind of there from the beginning,
Yeah.
and I've seen it turn into a place where it was a struggle, and now it's a place that's going to be there for a long time. And when I go there, I know that there's people that love music and support the Roanoke community, and sometimes they buy tickets and they don't even know what band's playing, and that's not something that you see, or I don't see a whole lot anymore. But my dad's generation, like when somebody played at the Iroquois, like you didn't ask questions, you didn't Google it, you didn't look at the face, you just went because you had faith in the venue, you had faith in the music that it was going to be good. Or if not, then you learned that next time they come around, you wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I've been exposed to a lot of music I probably would have never heard if it wasn't for them coming through 5 points.
Yeah, so like
New
that's,
Master Sounds are coming up.
yeah.
Yeah,
New Master
Motet
Sounds are coming
next
up.
week.
That's it. And so
Yeah,
like
next
to be
week.
a part of that, when I get to
Or
get on
2
that
weeks.
stage,
For 4 days.
to me it's more
Maybe listen.
of a it means a lot to me because we're breaking ground on a music scene that wasn't there 20 years ago, and every time we sell it out, every time Tyler gets another year there and gets closer to paying the building off, and every time they get new speakers, and every time that there's new art on the wall, and every time they treat the place, every time it steps up, we're a part of it. And when I get on that stage, it makes me feel really proud.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
So that's by far my favorite place to play.
Hell yeah.
We're
And
getting ready to
Shadowrock
rip
is
it up.
hosting
I
the album release
Yeah.
party too.
Yeah, the
so
We're getting
release
ready to
party.
rip it up
Music
up there.
Sanctuary.
There you go.
Yeah.
25th.
In 4 days or 2 weeks, however you're looking at it.
get
But,
into it. Get
We
into
need more
it.
time.
yeah.
I agree with Foster. The only thing I would say is there's some random little small almost festivals and some little hollers that are freaking
Yeah.
awesome where
Yeah.
I'm just like,
There's no rules and
like,
stuff.
Lake
I don't want to
Shindig.
name these
It's
places, but
fun.
I'm in these little, this one particular spot Foster and I played with Isaac not too long ago, and I was in love with this place, and it was just so awesome.
Ah,
And
it's
the sound was just, it was just perfect. It was
Hell
just,
yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's just
I could
this
see
little
it in,
tiny
see it in
outdoor
your
spot,
expression.
and it just felt like home to me. And everybody there was awesome, and everybody there loved it. And it just in nature, it's crazy. These little spots, man. Sometimes they just
Yeah, we're blessed.
All the big festivals are failing right now. They're having a problem financially. People being choosy with their money.
Yeah.
People putting butts in the seats. But the Virginia small festival scene is alive and growing, and it's what he's talking about. These smaller stages, 500 to 5,000 people, that range. Like they're killing it, and it's a lot of great music and a lot of cool venues around here.
We've got great
They're
fans.
looking after the little guys too.
Yeah, it seems like it.
It's. I think that we've seen a lot of people that are just genuinely committed to growing that scene. Like whether it's people like 5 Points that are creating a space for different people to get on stage, or whether it's people like the City Salt that are creating a platform.
Yeah, shout out Jason Jones.
City Salt.
Shout out Jason.
Yeah, a lot to-
He's our main man. My Walrus.
He's putting light on some stuff that didn't have a light on it.
And the City Salt, if you haven't checked it out, is a great magazine. That our guy Jason is the head editor of. Puts this together. The editor.
He's an editor.
And it's honestly, it
Head on
looks
the
incredible.
editor.
And
He's
there's a couple
editor
of
to
familiar
being
faces
stoned.
in here.
Shout out my guy, Tay the Truth.
Shout out Tay the Truth.
Ooh, look at him.
Look at that. Look how handsome he looks.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Shout out Chelsea. Shout out
Man of
Amanda
Ants
on the
always.
photos and the design. The City Salt, guys. There's really awesome shit going on in the Roanoke Valley. Get out. Get your hands on a copy. Follow them on Instagram. Follow Mountain Walrus on Instagram. Buy the tickets to the damn album release party. Be
While you
there.
still can.
Yeah,
While you
yeah,
still
yeah.
can.
While still
You might have
available.
to fight your fucking way in there.
I can't
We
wait.
You
also-
might have to bring your elbows.
We also have a website too.
And they
Please,
do have a website.
mountainwalrusband.com. You can get our merch. You can keep up with our shows, our music.
Sign up
Out
for
there.
our newsletter.
Yeah, sign up for the
please.
newsletter because we got
Walrus
some big
Station.
stuff. We can't really talk a lot about it because it hasn't been announced. But after our album release, we've got a booking agent that we're working with, and we've got some really big stuff coming up that we can't wait to announce. So there's stuff
Good
coming
stuff.
up at 5 Points.
Thanks for
and
having
we've
us here, guys.
we've
We
got some
really appreciate
festivals and
it.
stuff
100%,
coming
man.
up. So,
Thanks
yeah,
for
we-
coming, guys. It's been awesome to meet all y'all. We appreciate the tunes.
Yes,
And
yes.
we got one more for everybody, so
Yeah, man.
nobody
This is
go
the heater too.
anywhere.
This is the heater.
Yeah.
And this is some gas. So fucking, turn it up loud, play it loud, enjoy it. And like we always say, find somebody you love, tell them that you love them, and don't be a fucking prick. And we are out.
Let's do it.
Evil Breezy. Cinema, movies, TV shows, all the things you hold near and dear to your heart. You love to watch them. You love to see them. But there's one thing that they all have in common, and one thing that fucks them all up in the end. Executive producers. That's right. They play a hand in all the nasty, dirty deeds behind the scenes. To name a few of the worst that I wouldn't even tango with: Harvey Weinstein, Dan Schneider, Maxwell Klean. That's right, Maxwell Klean. I'm after you this week. Your very own house. Your very own podcast. I've got Eric Reynolds. I'm holding him hostage in the water heater room where he slept for 2 months. This whole place smells like fucking cheese. And I'm holding him until you pay us better. Now let me tell you something, Klean. I mean business. You won't get your beloved host back, and I'll starve him to fucking death. Get back to that episode.
We are back, and we've got one more funky offering for you tonight. Before we go, I ask that you keep the people of Western North Carolina in your hearts and in your prayers as they recover from the terrible hurricane that struck this past weekend. They've got a great music scene down there. They will rebuild. They will be back better. So sending love from Biscuits and Gravy. We've got one more song for you, though, from our friends, Mountain Walrus. They've absolutely been rocking it down here. It'll never be on the internet, but an incredible rendition of Benny and the Jets was just played down here that'll remain on my probably top 3 favorite live performances I've ever seen. So just keep that in mind. But we got one more song for you. This one's called Orwell. Again, make sure to check these guys out. This one's available. It's the second single that they have available on streaming services that will be on the album that's coming out, again, October 25th. So don't miss it. This is Mountain Walrus, Orwell.
live my life hard as I can. Take my time, try what I can. Moving swiftly in the sounds, corrupting all the lonely women in town. Oh, since back in '84, I ain't aiming to get old. Oh. Life that I lived for more than two. What I got ain't going to you. Moving swiftly in the night, moving around without a jacker in sight. Oh, since back in '84, I ain't aiming to get old. Gonna live my life hard as I can. Take my time, try what I can. Moving swiftly in the sound, corrupting all the lonely women in town. Oh, since back in '84, I ain't aiming to get old. Sing it home, boy.
This is a Klean production.